For those about to rock and stone, we salute you.
Hello YouTube and welcome back to another episode of DRG. Wait, DBD? No, DRG, Deep Rock Galactic. Yeah, I could kind of tell something was different besides the fact that the name is different. There's a lot more colors in this than the other one. Yeah, it's a lot brighter. Yeah, my ISP's been having some issues, and so I thought, I was gonna say something, right?
Here we go again.
Yeah, here we go again. Yeah, ISP was having some issues, and I was recording some DVD stuff, but I'm like, you know, when the internet cuts out, like, besides the fact that it gets in the way of recording, you know, if you're playing a team game, you leave your teammates in a lurch if you get kicked. And this is a team co-op game, but you can play it solo, and so that's why I'm doing this. Plus, with, you know, the 6.7 updates, the DBD, you know, maybe we'll be switching to this. DRG, DBD. I can pretend I've always been doing it, right? Now, there's a lot I could talk about this game. I'm not really gonna. I'm gonna jump in for the most part. I'm still a greenbeard. I'm new at this. I just started a few weeks ago. For those who know this game, I started sort of at the tail end of the 5th anniversary. To the point I never even got the 5th anniversary hat because I wasn't through my, like, initial prologue quests. So I'm pretty new, and I'm not maybe the best for analyzing. But B, there's too much to talk about. You don't want to be here forever. Like, you want to talk about your perks? Here's your perk load. You want me to talk about all of the... No, you don't want me to do that. The one thing I will talk about, however, are characters. Because I'm going to... You know, you have to pick one character to play. And since I'm not playing with other people, because the people I play this with aren't on right now, you know, I'm doing solo. I can only show you one class to make a timely... You know, a video that doesn't go on forever. So, I'm going to be playing... yeah, here's my boy, my gunner. I'm going to be playing Scout. But I thought I'd give a brief overview of the abilities and tools that the other people use because, you know, maybe you watch this, you're like, oh, I kind of like the game, but, like, you're watching me play Scout, you're like, I don't know about, like, these weapons, these tools. Well, you know, you'll see there's stuff for everyone, you know, like, and look at my levels, like, Driller 20, Engineer 20, Gunner 25, Scout 20, I've been playing them all. Like, all of these beardy boys are worth playing and loving, and everyone's great in their own way. And I don't just mean that as like a platitude, like, you're all special. No, they're all great. First up, Driller. Driller's primary weapon is a flamethrower. His secondary weapon is a sort of like a semi-auto pistol. His traversal tool is, well, drills, as the name implies. Very handy, you know, for traversing terrain, getting up and down, making tunnels, stuff like that. And then his fourth item is a C4 satchel charge, good for combat or, you know, clearing out rocks and, you know, minerals or killing all your teammates. You know, hey, who's keeping track? Next up, we have Engineer. Engineer's primary weapon is a combat shotgun. Engineer's secondary weapon is a grenade launcher, although recently I've been playing a lot with the breach cutter. It's sort of like the line gun from Dead Space. Engineer's third thing is the platform gun, very good for, you know, getting high without going far, because, you know, Driller can make a tunnel going up. Engineer can make just straight up, very useful. And then Engineer's fourth thing is turrets, which also pair well with his default grenade, which is like a distraction dancing hologram grenade. So, you know, you can sit back and let the machines do all the work for you. Gunner, my main boy, mainly because when I started playing this, you know, the people that showed this to me and my wife, you know, one was playing Driller and one was playing Scout already. My wife picked Engineer, so I was like, yeah, sure, I'll pick Gunner. And so now, you know, Gunner's my main man. Gunner, his primary weapon is a minigun. His secondary weapon is a pistol, but it actually kind of works like a sniper rifle. It's very good at, like, criticals and long distance shots. His traversal tool is a zip line, useful for going, like, very far distances over chasms and the like. And then his fourth special item is a shield charge, which both is good for, you know, replenishing your shields, but also keeping the bugs at bay, giving you breathing. And then finally we have Scout, who I'm going to play today, just because I thought, you know, it would make the best first video. So let's pick a mission, shall we? All right, so here is our mission selection screen. As you can see, so the missions are, as you can see, the missions are randomly generated. Like, I can't see that at all. No, okay, as you can see, you don't have access to all of your map at any time. It says down here, you know, 24 missions, 24 minutes it will re-randomize. We'll get new sets of missions. You know, in this particular set, we can choose from these biomes, which have, you know, you can see like Hollow Bow, you know, it's got Jadis, Bismore, different stuff in it, Fungus Bogs, Croppa, and Jadis. Yeah, you get it. Any of you know you want different types of missions, like, oh, that is a lot to choose from in here, whereas, you know, not as many to choose from right here. The missions themselves are randomized. Like, you'll have a specific goal based on the mission you do, but like how the cave is made is randomly generated. What you find inside, you know, there's a chance for rare things. We're just gonna pick something nice and easy because it's my first time recording this, so I'm gonna just pick, you know, one of these basic, you know, super easy level, the salt pits. I'm gonna go with an egg hunt. You know, mission length, you can see over on this side. Mission length is 1. Cave complexity is 1. This will be a very easy mission. That's fine. I just don't want things to be too crazy for my first recording. Yes, we're gonna do solo. Hazard 2 is the default. You know, you can make it 1 if you want it easier. I've been doing a lot of 3. You know, I've done 4. I've actually unlocked 5. I've never played a 5. But 4, at least for me, still is. I did it to unlock this, and otherwise, like, 3 is where I'm kind of liking it, but I think I'll just do a 2, you know, do default, just because it makes it easier for recording on me. I don't need to do crazy things. You know, speaking of crazy things, I gotta show you, like, the perk stuff. Things I'm not going to talk about, like pickaxe customization. Here's your equipment loadout stuff. There's so much I can talk about. I don't know where to begin, which is why we're just jumping into an easy mission. Hit the fuzzy dice, sit in our chair, and let the dropship send us to Hoxxes. Hoxxes being the planet we're mining. Just like, send us to Hoxxes. Yeah. Who's Hoxxes? Where's what? When is Hoxxes? There, the planet. That's Hoxxes. We're drilling on down. All right. So we can see, you know, you can see on that little radar, we can look for Bismore and Enor pearls in the salt pits. So that's our extra stuff we can find. If you look at the top right, I was going to show the mouse, but the thing moves when I move. The top right, collect alien eggs, 0 out of 4. That's our main quest. Extract holomite, 0 out of 35. That's our secondary quest. In fact, he'll tell us our main quest right now.
Egg collection time, team. Alien eggs. The company wants them. Don't ask why. Find them, stow them in Molly, and return. Simple.
Mission control. You have a love-hate with mission control. Mainly hate in that they yell at you for all the stupid things to do. You're kicking barrels under the dropship. You're dancing instead of working, you know. All right. So here is, I don't know what, do I start with the gameplay or the scout? Let's do the gameplay. So the super basics. You come into a place, you mine stuff, you leave. Now, that's not true about all the missions. Sometimes, you know, you're protecting, you know, doing it. Yeah, there's bugs, you shoot them. They don't like you, you don't like them. Those are your enemies for the most part. Anyways, the basics. You come in, you mine stuff, you get out. You're a dwarf, you know. Hit stuff with your pickaxe, and you're like, woo, I've got money now. Hooray. Let me finish getting this. You know, you take what you got. What's the flare over there? It's getting kind of dark. You bring it to Molly the mule. Mule is an acronym. I forget what it stands for.
I called for the mule.
You can send her along. Hooray! Hello, Molly. Oh, both of these are for crafting beer. So, hooray! You know, what would be a dwarf without beer? This little fellow, Bosco. I suppose I should make a special note of. Normally, when you're playing, well, I say normally, you can play this solo or with other people, as I said. If you're playing with other people, you do not have Bosco. Bosco is to make up for playing solo. It kind of fills the role of a teammate. Generally, he's not as good as another person because, you know, you can communicate with people and have them do more complex stuff. Bosco's sort of limited. You can be like,
right there.
You know, light that up for me, Bosco. Or, you know,
Drone, get to work.
mine this for me, Bosco. And he'll go and, you know, hit it for you. Come on, go. Come on, Bosco. So there you go. And, you know, he'll shoot stuff when it's nearby. Just, he'll find something, he'll shoot it. You know, you can point at it, be like, focus on this guy. He's fine, you know. It doesn't make up for being a human, but you know, he's got some decent AI programming. It's fine. In fact, you know, here.
Help me with the minerals here.
You mine that while I go deposit and tox him. He can clear a path. a lot of this stuff, you're like, wait, why are you doing it? You just learn things as you play. Like, for instance, you learn if there's compact dirt like this. Let's look at our map. You can see there is a, I'm the blue arrow looking forward at. You can see there's a little hollow thing on, space, and then more path. In fact, it's more like
Bosco,
that.
mine it.
So you learn things as you play the game. You pick stuff up. Okay, let's talk about the scout. We've talked about all the other people. What does the scout do? Well, first of all, this main weapon you see me using right now is not his default weapon. His default weapon is an assault rifle. It's all well and good if you like assault rifles. Boo, 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 hooray. This is an M1000, aka a Garand, like from World War I, that, you can shoot it like a rifle. It's slower, it's not an assault rifle, but the way I have it spec'd out, a little zoom in, you can use it as a sniper rifle. Find weak points and does lots of damage. And we'll get to why I like doing that for the scout specifically in his third thing. But first, his second weapon, a sawed-off shotgun. It's fine for close up, and you're like, wait, didn't the engineer have a shotgun? Yeah, but that's more like, it holds 10 shots. I have it spec'd so that you can auto fire with it, bam, bam, bam. This is just standard sawed off. Good for, keeping people close up to you at bay, but not, otherwise super great. His mobility thing, the grapple gun. By far, well, okay, the driller's drills are very good for, like, dealing with solid matter. For open space, by far the best thing, because you point at something, and off you go real quickly. Like, oh, there's something way over here. Let's go over here, guys. It's great for solo. I mean, it's fine for team stuff. Like, oh, there's something way up high that, we don't want. Like, you go and get it. Ooh, I picked it up. And you're like, oh, that's a long way down. Don't worry. I said I wasn't talking about perks. I have hover boots.
Hover on.
That I activated very barely at the last second, but stopped my fall damage. So yeah, the grapple gun is amazing. But mainly for solo, because if you're like, guys, let's go over here.
Gotta go fast.
Now you're over here and all your teammates are back there. They're like, wait, what about us, sir? And then finally, the flare gun. You're like, yeah, you have flares. They light up. You're in a cave. You can look in the very bottom right of the screen. You can see the little counter, not encounter, of how many flares you have. They slowly recharge over time. But if you really want to light things up,
Lights up.
you have a super long-lasting flare that you can stick to the ceilings and walls, and it's just really nice. And that's kind of why I decided to play Scout for this first video, just because, it gets dark when... Oh, hello.
Bring it back.
These are the Glyphids. These are the main enemies you fight. The thing you saw before was a Mactera. They're also bad, but the Glyphids are your main opponent. I shot him, whatever. Darkness, right. A dark video doesn't make for very good content, so I just thought, you know what?
Help me mine this.
I will, I'll bring the guy that lights things up so you can see things better. That was my logic. And I'm sticking to it. All right, now let's go find some alien eggs and maybe some other stuff to find. Let's go find some other stuff to find. It makes sense, don't worry about it. Yeah, I found you, but you're not what I'm looking for. All right. Oop, I hear somebody still nearby. You. And you. And a little bit of you. Some of you.
Don't let him flank you.
Let's do a melee attack on him. Why not? Because we...
Yeah.
Damn. Okay, I was saying the... Let me pause it. The Glyphids, the bugs, are your main enemy. Before I started, there was an event where they introduced rival mining companies. The event's over, but you can still get rivals things sporadically. In this case, there's a random chance we got a prospector. That's why there's this like high tech. Like, no, that's not the weird bug aliens thing. That's rival tech. Let me just deal with these guys. I'll be right back with you.
Who's a mean, lean, killing machine now?
All right, sir. I'm gonna need shredder bots. This is not how this video was supposed to
I
go.
like the sound of that.
It's just trying to do the basics, and now they're like, welcome to rival tech. Like, you have to unlock it, and like, there's missions specifically for dealing with rival things. But, as I said,
Take
random
down the
chance.
prospector before it gets away.
Oh, apparently it can get, and now there's a freaking Glyphid Menace. Stop that. Can you leave me alone for 1 second so I can talk?
Up.
Thank you.
Oh, I'm out of here.
Okay. We were up here. This is Holomite, our secondary objective. It has no purpose other than fulfilling our secondary objective, which is it'll get us money and it'll get us experience. I mean, and if you collect extra above, you know, the 35 that we need, you'll get extra experience just for mining it. But you don't use this at all for, like, upgrading your dwarf. You know, you don't spend it as money, you don't use it as a crafting component. This, on the other hand, this is Nitra. Nitra also is not used for upgrading. What Nitra is used for is calling in resupplies. Once you have 80 of it, you can call for a resupply pod, which has 4 uses. You know, oh, you're back. Hi. Well, thankfully, you have a weak spot, and I have a sniper rifle, so I don't really care. Resupply pods, right, 4 uses, which means as a solo player, you get a lot of use out of it, because all of them are for you. With 4 players, you know, 1 for everybody. With 2 players, everyone gets 2. 3 players, it gets a little, like, who gets the last one? I mean, you know, whoever needs it most gets it.
Go patrol that scrapyard, you toaster.
All right, we can hack this one. The hacking minigame, a little hard if you don't know what you're doing. Oh, Bosco killed the prospector for us. All right, well,
Trollbot is now our friend.
yeah, we hacked him. He's now our friend. Did I get anything for killing the prospector?
Consider this. Legally speaking, rocking is more legal than
Molly.
stoning. Eh?
Ah, here's what we got for killing the prospector. A
Hope I'm not
data
getting sick
core.
touching this.
Hope I'm not getting sick touching this. Yeah, this just gives you experience, maybe money.
Data cell secured. Another successful stab at our rivals.
Yay, good for us. Okay. Let's go back to the
Launching.
basics. Like, hooray, we got some stuff that'll help us, but I was talking about Nitra, you use it for resupplies. All right, this is what we're looking for our alien eggs. So, you know, we know it's somewhere in this wall because that's what all this goop means. Oh, okay, we got pretty lucky. We found it right away. Let's go.
Attention. Got a
Put
swarm
this
on the way.
in Molly.
Repeat, a swarm.
What the? Yeah, hi, Mactera.
Swarm. I repeat, swarm.
Hi, Glyphid Menace. Okay, so now he's talking about Glyphid Swarm. That's a thing that happens periodically. You know, the harder the difficulty, the more often. As you do main objectives or just spend time in the cave, you will be swarmed by the Glyphids. Where, you know, you get a bunch of dudes, you have to hold them off. I mean, you know, the enemies swarm you. You know what that means. Now, I'm playing on difficulty 2, so it's not really going to be that bad.
Come here.
Wow, there's so many Glyphid Menaces on this one. Oh, eh.
Take that.
Ow. Okay, yeah, I mean, he killed himself on me. One of my perks is Thorns, so when I take melee damage, I do damage back. So, you know, I don't really care about the little weak guys on easy difficulties because they kill themselves on me. It's fine. All right, I think Bosco's got this under. Between Bosco and our robot, let's go back to mining.
Hostiles are backing down.
Sure, there's a swarm going on, but, you know, I got other things to do. Let's get some Holomite for our secondary objective. Let's get some more. Now, like, because you see this part's up here. Oh, Praetorian, never mind. Oh, you killed it. Good job, guys. Mine the whole part, you know, the top drops off, you get it. out. Now, you may have seen this guy earlier. This is a loot bug. Aw, you can pet him, and he's so happy. But he has loot. So we kill him. And he explodes in a shower of gold and nitra. Sometimes other stuff. Anyway, speaking of gold. Gold. That's another thing you mine. Because you're a dwarf, of course you mine gold. Gold gives you credits, which you use, you know, for upgrading, buying cosmetics, the like. Apparently, you know, as I said, I'm kind of new to this still. So apparently there's a whole mindset of, do you mine gold or not? The mindset being like, they're not worth a lot of credits per gold unit. And so it's like, you know, it's sort of worth more cost effective to ignore it, get the mission done faster, just jump in another mission and take your mission payout is your money. And other people are saying, well, no, you should mine the gold because, you know, it's still there. And the way I see it, I'm a dwarf. There's something shiny in the wall. Therefore, I need to get it. It doesn't matter whether it's cost effective or not. Like, what type of dwarf would I be if I didn't take the gold? All right, here we go. This stuff, it's like, as you play, you learn, like, what's indicator and what's just random. Like, this indicates an alien egg. You learn that. Like this stuff, this is just, you know, ambiance. It's just rocks and pebbles. It doesn't mean anything. You know, this is just like a column. It doesn't mean anything. These little orbs means there is an Enor pearl hidden in there. Now, you saw me dig in here, right? Like, as I was looking around, like, oh, there's the egg, get it. The same works for this. There's a really big Enor pearl. One of the nice things about Bosco, like, yeah, playing with people is more fun, A, because you're playing with friends and stuff like that, but, you know, B, humans generally, you know, perform better than the AI. That said, Bosco will automatically home in on stuff hidden in the walls without having to be like, is it this way? Is it this way? He'll just be like, all right, it's right here. Sure, he's a little slow at mining because I don't have his fast mining perk. I have his brighter light perk. But he just gets it for you right away. So now we have a fancy disco ball. Now we have an Enor pearl, which is used for, you can see all the stuff I have on, oh, right, the camera's reversed. On the right side of the screen, you saw it pop up. Things like Enor pearls or Bismore, stuff like that. You know, Nitra is used for resupplies. Holomite is our secondary objective. It's not used for anything. Gold is used for credits. Bismore, Enor pearl, Jadis, just all the stuff like that. It's used for your upgrades and your cosmetic unlocks. There is, you know, there's no paid cosmetic things. It's really nice, actually. Like, once you have the game, that's it. Like, you just get stuff. But you still have to, like, unlock things, right?
Go fetch.
And these are the tools, well, not the tools, the resources you need to unlock things. So, like, say you're like, oh, I want this mod for my gun that makes it full auto, or I want this gun, you know, mod that gives it more ammo or more accuracy, whatever. You know, it'll be like, oh, it costs this many 1,000 credits and, you know, like 20 Bismore. So let's get the Bismore so we can unlock stuff, you know, and maybe you want a fancy new hat. And like this hat, you know, is, you know, you got a baseball cap or whatever. It'll cost this amount of credits, but maybe this hat costs like more credits and it will cost, you know, Enor pearl because it's bright white. So that's what you're doing with all this other material. Gold for your money, Nitra for your resupply, Holomite for your secondary objective. In this case, there's a lot of secondary objectives. You know, there's flowers, there's gunk seeds, which are kind of like hanging, dangling balls from the ceiling in sacks. Make of that what you will. In this case, it's Holomite, but there's a lot of secondary things you can do. Secondary stuff, as I said, not used for anything, just doing your quest.
Let there be light.
All right, let's go down here. Ow. The other nice thing, I guess now that I'm down here, the other nice thing about Bosco is Bosco always knows where you are. You know, if you play with other people, yes, you have a map.
I need a
Oh, there you are. I'm like, Molly, come, where is she? She was literally just in front of me.
All good things come to those who wait.
If you hold
like
your
fuel,
control...
flamethrowers, and beer.
Wow. I don't have anything to look at right now, so let me go here. If you hold your control, you'll see important things like, okay, Molly the mule is over here. Bosco, you know, you can see his outline, is over there. Well, right, hard to see a white outline on a white thing. You get it. You can see your other dwarfs when you're playing like this, but you know, maybe you see like they're down there, but like, did they go up here? Did they go to... Bosco always knows where you are, so if you're like, Bosco, get this for me, you can just keep going and he'll catch up. He flies slower while he's holding things, but he'll get there. Hi, loot bug. Where you going? I'm coming. Yeah, they're so cute. Aw, loot bug. Ah, you're dead. It's also really funny, like, my guy's just not saying it. Coincidentally, but...
Mine it.
Yeah, there's another Enor Pearl, you know? Have Bosco do it
Molly,
while I deposit.
come here.
Your dwarf will say things like, I popped the loot bug, and I'm not proud of it. Or like, you're cute, but you're
Rocks
dead.
and stones may break my bones, but beer will never hurt me. Gee, I'm feeling poetic today.
Ah, what a good poem. Onwards. And if you hadn't noticed, there are subtitles. Like if I was talking, you're like, what was the start of that? The rocks and stones, mate. What? I have the subtitles. They're in the bottom center. They're really small. I don't think there's any way to make them bigger.
Go fetch.
But I put them on just for you. Just for you viewers. This is red sugar.
Never felt better.
It's your health. No, that's what it looks like. That's what it does. What more do you want?
Where is that damn tin can?
Hey, Bosco, hand it over.
Bosco, come here.
Perfect. Perfect pass. Good job, Bosco. Get out of here, you. Ooh, 3 of you. Well,
See you later.
you're dead. Let's mine some nitra so we can call a resupply. I don't think I'm gonna need a resupply with how easy this mission is, because I specifically picked an easy mission on an easy difficulty.
Molly, over
But I'm
here.
gonna get it just so I can show you, right? That's my job. I provide content. All right, nitra all mined. Let's keep going. Yeah, it's like, here's where I was talking. This is a better example of like, you know, the small pearls on the wall indicate there's a big pearl. And if you see like flecks of gold, you know, there's a giant gold nugget in there. These don't mean anything. These are just part of the salt caverns. And that's a thing you pick up as you go. Like, you start out and you're like, is this something? Is this something? It helps if you play with other people and like, no, that doesn't mean anything. But if you're not playing with anyone, you'll figure it out. You're smart. You're watching me.
I really can't use this for anything.
And I'm so humble about it, too. What the? Oh, I just did a big loop. Ah. So what am I missing? I mean, I guess that makes sense. On a super easy map, we're about done. All right, so forward to the right, then it'll be on the left. This way.
Light.
Okay, that was a little easier than I was expecting. Maybe I should have done hazard 3, but oh well. Yeah, I was able to talk about stuff and not get swarmed and murdered while I did it. Get out of here. Let me out.
Molly is on the way.
All right, so when we deposit this in Molly, we will have finished our objective. In fact, I'll let mission control tell you the scoop.
Egg collection completed. Well done. Call the escape pod in when ready.
When ready. So, yes, we could leave. Well, not. You know, we could end the mission or start the end of the mission right now. But, I mean, there's this stuff, right? We want this stuff. So we don't have to end the mission. We could go press the button on Molly to start the end game of this. But before we do that, let's get more stuff.
We'll have to make a deposit.
Oh, hello. Oh, yeah, I have ice grenades. I forget, is that my default or did I switch? I don't remember. One of the two. Who knows? Who cares? I have them. They're fun. The end. Okay, looted all that. I think we're just about ready to go. The only thing I'm going to do first, because I said I'd show you, Now, we're doing fine on ammo. We still have 33 shots.
Alien scum!
You know, 13 shotgun things. We're doing great. I mean, we still have 8 flares left.
Lloyd is up.
But here's what a resupply looks like. You have 80 nitra, your 5th item, as it were. You know, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then number 5, supply drop.
Resupply ordered.
Call a supply drop in.
Supply drop has been ordered and is on the way.
Yeah, is step back because, you know, this is a pod designed to drill through planet's crust. If you stand right here, it'll kill you. As you know,
Resupply arrived. Got
that
restock.
would do. So look at that. 4 things. You know,
Ammo taken.
I'm a solo player. You get 50% of everything when you do that. So
Get
2 of these
supplies.
will fully fill you up. As a solo player, like, I have these now. Like, I could, if this was a longer mission, keep doing stuff, come back, take them later. If you're playing with 4 people, you know, you all grab 1, maybe call a second drop in. But that's a resupply. It's basic. You call resupply, you get supplies. Who would have guessed? Let's end this mission, shall we? I'm just rambling at this point.
Your ride home is on the way. Drop pod inbound.
So the drop pod is coming back now that we've done our thing. It never landed, like, here's where it landed initially. You can see where it drilled through, where it crashed. It never lands next to you. It will always be a distance away from you. Now, not necessarily the farthest, because some missions, they're really big, and it won't go all the way to the other side of the map, but it never
The mule has been called back.
lands next to you. You always have to get to it.
Drop
You're like,
pod
well, where
departing
is
in
it?
T-minus
Like,
5
yeah, you could look at
minutes.
your map, but if you don't know how to get there, maybe you're lost, maybe you don't know, you can follow Molly. Now, Molly's paths are sometimes, yeah, so... Oh, and you get swarmed by enemies because it's the end, of course. Good job, Molly. Sometimes Molly paths, like, she just wants to get directly to the drop pod.
We better
If I
hurry.
wasn't the scout, that would be kind of a long drop, right? Like, I'd fall and, like, let's say, you know, Bosco still has 2 revives on him because I haven't died yet. But let's say I had no revives, or I'm playing with other people and I don't want to make them come and get me. So I'm like, all right, let's go this
Sure.
path.
Initiating launch sequence. Deep Rock Galactic thanks you for your good work.
Yeah, thanks for my good work and all.
With or without you.
So you come around here and you're like, oh, she came around this way. Where do I? Well, luckily she leaves a path. So you're like, oh wait, green arrows point
Drop
that
pod
way.
departing in T-minus 4 minutes.
And you look and you follow the arrows and she leads you to the drop pod. Now, if you beat Molly here, this is actually shut, this gate. Eh. And you have to wait for her to get in and be pulled up onto the pod. And now at this point, I'm just killing a dude. Because I can. Oh, we never hit the fuzzy dice for luck on the way in. Let's hit them for luck on the way out.
No more Mr. Dice Guy.
Slap them dice. Slap. Okay, we're done.
Good work. We're pulling you back in.
You get in the drop pod, and, you know, with your other people, it won't... It either leaves at the time limit or when everyone makes it back. And you're pulled up, and that's a mission. Mission status complete. Who would have guessed that, like, the easiest setting on a not hard difficulty, we beat it. Yeah, you and you. Good job. Here's all, you know, like, it tells you all the stuff you got, and here's where all your money came from, and here's all your experience, and, you know, we 42, and we put, well, you get it. This is just the current event. Speaking of current event, before I end this video, I will shout out Ghost Ship Games because they're pretty amazing. Now, I'm late to the party. Oh, I have perk points. I guess I'll do this first. Perk point here, like, here's all the things you can do for perks. You're like, you know, complete 2 lethal enemies, you get 2 perk points. You know, complete 8 eliminate fester fleas, get 2 points. And you can see, like, so you can, like, look down here and, like, you see these little, kind of like a chevron. Like, deep dive completed. I don't have deep dives unlocked yet. I'm not that far in. So that's at 1. It's only the first time. But you can see, like, you know, this one I've done, what, 4 times? This one I've just done
Like that.
5 times, something like that. So, you know, perk points, you have 8 points available. What was I working on? I don't even, I think at this point I got all the perks I want, so I'm just filling in everything else. Anyways, what I was saying was, the event, you know, the current event as of this time is Plaguefall. Right there, Plaguefall. And, you know, there's a cosmetic tree. You can earn stuff to unlock cosmetic items. You can earn other stuff to unlock, sort of like a progress bar of things to get. The way Ghost Ship games work is like the best for seasonal things, because you're like, oh wow, this game looks kind of fun, and like, oh, I really want the Extreme Roadster mustache, but like I won't be able to get to level 57 by the time if I start playing. When they finish, they put all the cosmetic items from the event into the generic pool of stuff you can find. Now it's rare to get them. I didn't find, like, you can find miner helmets for a dwarf who was there before you and died. Like, you scan the helmet and it gives you a location to go and like mine out a secret room and you'll get a cosmetic item. Or there's like a crate that you find batteries for, put it in, it gives you a bunch of resources, cosmetic item. So yeah, it's not super easy to get them because it's a random chance, they're not common. But everything they do for their seasonal stuff is added to the pool so that if you come in after this, you can get it. I came in, on season 3. I can still get season 1 and 2 stuff. Rarely, but I could. In the shop, you can be like, okay, skin color, hair color, armor, headwear, eyebrows, mustache, beard, sideburns. And I know, like, headwear. Here, Strike Team Alpha. Season 1. I wasn't here for Season 1, but you can still buy it in the store. They don't lock you out of it. They don't make you pay real money for it. It's just there. And here's sort of what I was talking about, like, getting cosmetics or weapon things. Like, Strike Team Alpha costs 11,000 credits. On the other hand, Broken Hard Hat, that's, easy. Season 2, 6,000 credits. On the other hand, you want something like, the Space Force helmet. It costs 7,800 credits and 40 GDs. So... And then all these purple things. This is Phasianite. It's just a rare thing you can find, and it just skips all, like, you could pay all this or 59 Phasianite. Like, the Slit Helmet, you could buy all of this or 310 Phasianite. And again, like, Phasianite's not like a currency you buy from them. You don't give them real money. You just find it. They just give it to you. So, Ghost Ship Games is amazing. That's what I was going to say. So yeah, that about does it for this video. Hopefully it was a good time. Like, there's just so much to do. I didn't know where to start. So I just thought I'll throw right in, do a thing. If I do more of these in the future, there's other mission types that I can do. It's not just finding alien eggs, like mining Morkite. Okay, you saw me mining stuff. You understand how that goes. Salvaging mules, find other things like Molly, fix them up, make them better. Point extraction, collect 10 quarks, where you have a central base and you're going out sort of from this base to find these gems. Refine liquid Morkite, set up a oil refinery, make pipes that you can like slide along. What do we got? Like protect the drill dozer. Doing essentially a defense of a machine. Kill 2 dreadnoughts. Like, you saw me fight some little dudes, but you haven't seen a glyphid dreadnought yet. Talking about rival stuff, recover 1 data rack, where you have to like go to their data core and then find, like, knock down their shielding with hacking, and then you have to fight this really... There's a lot you can do.
If only I could afford one for myself.
Don't touch the rock pox! It's worse than salad! Ouch! Look into my eyes. Steve, you're my bestest friend.
And of course, maybe I'll be able to play with friends in the future. Hopefully our times will alight. It just is what it is. But for now, let's call this the video. Let's relax. We'll slap the leprechaun. Maybe go, you want to play a mini game or two. Hey.
Yeah.
Now, order a round from Lloyd.
Round of Oleos, please.
And, maybe after you've had your drink, just get rid of that.
I needed that.
And maybe have a little dance just to wind down.
That reminds me of my first love.
Orders from management. Stop dancing and get to it.
No. Management denied. We're dancing here. Deep Rock Galactic. Dwarves in space. Robots. Alien bugs. Guns. Tools. It's a fun time. So if you like it, normally I'm not like the video and like, I'm going to be playing this whether or not you want to watch it. So it's just, do you want me to record more of these or just, go back to playing it by myself? Either way, I'm playing this game. Do you want to see me do more of it? That's the question. and I leave you with a dancing dwarf for the rest of your day.